Thank you, Genio. Thank you, Luca, for inviting me. Thank you for joining us tonight, and thank you, Michel.
My pleasure.
It's an honor to be here with you and share with you a little bit about your long career in photography. I would like to start with asking you to tell us a little bit about your personal story. Not only because I think it's an incredible story, it's really inspiring, but because I think it's really important for understanding your photographs and your approach to photography.
So I'm born between two worlds. A world which is like you don't want to go, and the other one you don't want to go either. So I was displaced, I was raised up by different family, and the incredible thing, the first family who took care of me, they were Italian, outside of Paris. So growing up, I saw the life in a suburb, which it's like I will be eating in the kitchen and I will see a guy flying in front of my window, dead, and I will carry on eating my food and so forth. And I saw that it was no escape from that. So by the time we came back to Paris, and by the time, fortunately, because I had a plan in my head, either I was going to be a gangster, definitely, because there is no way I was going to see this life, or I was going to be an artist. So, I was hanging out in Montparnasse. I met a lot of interesting people. I worked in a night as a night porter, and in this hotel, and
and you met a photographer, right?
Well, I met.
Yeah.
Life is extremely uncanny. In this hotel, I met two people. One was a photographer called Ben Lee, and I met a movie director called Wim Wenders. But at the same time, at night, I used to work in a gay restaurant, because if you are heterosexual, you have to understand one thing. The most beautiful girl, they go to gay restaurant or gay club like this, everybody leave him in peace. Then I met people like Grace Jones, and and I looked and I said, man, you know what? This is very interesting. And I started to take pictures like this, of a girlfriend and so forth. And one day I walk in Boulevard Montparnasse and I see a cover of French Vogue done by Helmut Newton, and I said, okay, I got it. He's got ideas like this, I got ideas like that too. And that's how I started my life, really.
So, yeah, but when did you understand that photography was what you really wanted to do?
Like when I was 14, 15, and today we have a war reporter. So I wanted to have glory. I just wanted to be a war reporter. I love the glorification of a war reporter dying on a whatever. Because at the end, when I was 14, 15, I had nothing, so I saw the thing. I saw the life coming like a mountain on my face, and I said, man, I'm in deep shit. In deep shit. And so my hero were Don McCullin, and the Vietnam War was full on, so I said, man, that's terrific. And then after, from that, I started to do reportage with a French foreign legion and so forth,
But I mean, you told me once that photography for you, it's, represent many things, like it's a discipline, it's a passion, it's a way of escape, it's a way of engaging with people to understand the real nature of humanity.
For me, photography, I'm lucky, it has been my passion since I'm 19. I mean, because this is at 19 I started to work. Now, and photography has been my, like Tiziana is saying, my goal, which my discipline It means when. So I always say to the people, the young people who wants to be a photographer, I said, just go for it. Forget about the temptation. That's the right word. I used to come to Milan all the time, and I used to be very precise. I tried my best. Even now, I work non-stop.
But you're in the majority of your photograph, the subjects appear very natural and super authentic. You have photographed so many celebrities and let them revealing themselves. So you were able to turn these goddesses in normal human being. They are, to me, they are not intimidating nor intimidated. They just are. So, I mean, you said that you need to feel a person in front of you, when you photograph.
If you're lazy, if you don't want to think too much, you get a very good hair, a very good makeup, a very good stylist, you get a good model, and guess what? You can sit lying or you can lie down, and the picture will be done at 75%. On all the picture here, it's all based about something. My point is like you have to feel the people first, and you have to create a story before the story.
I think the point is, Jackson Pollock used to say, a good painter paints what he is. I think in your photograph there is a lot of you, your vision, and also they are not static. I mean, they all imply a story. So it's just a small frame in a bigger story.
It's very good what you are saying. Because here, this is one of the best examples of Veroushka with the wings. But Wim Wenders did a movie called The Wings of Desire.
Yeah.
And I remember the movie, I liked it. And I said to Vera, what about an angel who's going to do a shopping? But behind there is the whole subtext. And whatever some of my pictures, they are very provocative or not, you never will see them. All my pictures are based about something, roughly, about a movie that I love. One film which has been in my life all my life, it's Rocco Fratelli. That movie has been following me all my life because it's for many reasons. One reason, again, being French, our French actor became a world actor. Alain Delon was good, but when he came to Italy to do Rocco Fratelli, he became a world actor. Yeah. So that movie has always been in my life, whatever for the attitude, the guys, the girls, and everything. And when you look at some movies from Scorsese or Coppola or many people, Visconti is the base. And for me, as a photographer, I've always been inspired of a provocation. I mean, when you look at all the movies of Visconti, it's really a big provocation. Huh? You know that, right? It's like, that's what I think. You know.
You said once that the shot happens in a moment. This moment where you don't really prepare the set a lot, right? Is that?
Yeah, no. It's you're absolutely right.
And so this concept of the moment, it's really interesting because if you think, the moment doesn't have a past or a future, it's just light. And I read one of your many interviews, and you said, in life you have to be light on your feet.
You have to be light on your feet.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's like I see, I see you, all of you guys sitting down and so forth and so forth. If I've been glancing at you, so I've been looking at you just like that, but I remember roughly where you are, what you wear, the kind of color of hair, the kind of clothes, glasses. In 1 second, I have to know, before to do the picture, okay, I got the ID. And then when the person comes, I know exactly how to do it. So like you, for instance, you have glasses. I saw the size of your glasses. I like them. No, but I'm serious. I sit, and I work out among my catalog, reference catalog of all the movies that I know. Ah, guess who? So you need to observe, and then after when you shoot in a moment. You have to be fast, and you don't want to go on and on until 10 o'clock at night and everything.
But it's true that you wanted to be a filmmaker, and then you thought, no, the timing, it's too slow. I mean, you have this kind of urgency, or is it true or not?
God has been very good. I'm going to be a fabulous, I say fabulous, for myself, photographer, meaning that I will have dedicated my life, all my life in photography, and I will be happy. And I will be, I will say, the worst movie director, because no one wants to give me a movie, because they all think that I'm going to go totally crazy on it. And it's super complicated. It takes 5, 10 years. I don't have the time. I do some small film.
I saw the one that you did with International Velvet.
Yeah, but with Roberto we did some films. I did many small films, which is fine. And I'm working on a new film next year, a pilot for a series. That's okay. But I don't expect much from being a very well-known movie director.
No, but do you like more like photography, or movie?
I like them both, but because I had a career of 40 years as a photographer, everybody says, but Michel, everybody knows you as a photographer, and no one knows you as a movie director, and nobody wants to put a penny on my movies. I mean, you know, it's like complicated. So it becomes too complicated, then I don't like it. Then I walk away. At the end, you have to choose your battle. My battle is to enjoy taking a lot of photographs, do some film sometimes. You know, I prefer to concentrate on photography. I'm building my stories, whatever the books, I'm happy about, and I'm happy.
You have been through the passage between analogic and digital. How this change, if it's changed your approach to photography, or?
I don't care. I think that it's difficult for the new generation because they don't have anything to look back. They don't know all the techniques from the back. So you need to dedicate your life to work. Digital or analog, it doesn't matter. Even now, I've got a small camera, analog, and I shoot with an analog, with digital, and at the end, the best man wins. You know, of course, when I do a campaign, if I do a campaign and there is a lot of money for expenses, maybe I'm going to tell the client, well, I like to shoot 8x10 negative. Look at the size of an egg. It's like this. The quality is going to be absolutely spectacular. So it depends. But the new generation, they're going to have a problem because they don't know. I think it's how your soul and how you feel. Yeah. And first you have to take care of the idea that you have.
Yeah. I think being an artist means to be able to put your artistic vision and your own story first, you know, because your story could it becomes a universal story. There is all your.
It's my life. It's what I've said.
Exactly.
It's what I've been
but
through.
You can feel it.
And like when you look behind the image of Cameron Diaz, when I did that in the 90s in Los Angeles, she had the balls. He came to the studio with a T-shirt, our pussy, our choice. And I looked at that and I said, darling, I really like it. So, and because she's a funny girl, she has a great sense of humor. I said, let's go for it, and I photographed it. what I like to, it's to provoke your sense. But for this, because my point of view, it's to be published in magazine. I don't want to have my picture refused. So I like to always find new things, little things. Like, you know,
and you are very curious on behavior like a human being, because you always try to kind of catch something about the person you have in front of you.
Eugenio and Luca, they did something, they made a point which was for me very interesting. They said, and Tiziana put it on top of it, they said, you change every direction as much as you can. A man became a woman maybe became half a man, and everything is totally. I like to mix the race, the genre. Like I did for Vogue one of the pictures was a scandal in Hollywood, and for Vogue I said, "Wow, I love the idea of a beautiful black man kissing a white girl, like in a movie. Like again, it's a movie with Sidney Poitier, the press agent of the girl." He called me and says, "Michel, you know, it's very embarrassing. I mean, various things you cannot do." So I'm on the phone and I said, "Excuse me, I don't understand what you are saying. Are you saying that a white girl cannot kiss a black man?" And he said, "Yes, not in Hollywood." I said, "Well, we have a problem, my friend. First, I'm not American, and in my country where I'm from, everything is possible. That's it." So you see, it's for them it was a provocation. Now, in 2023, it will be normal. So here we are.
You met a lot of famous people. What's your relationship with fame?
Fame is an illusion. It's a total illusion. It's now a terrific thing. You can be famous by doing nothing. Now you can be famous by doing absolutely nothing. You can go in the social network, come up with something, I don't know from what, and you're going to be famous. So fame really doesn't exist. For many people from the public who don't have access to fame, to the famous people, they look at it like it's wow, it's very important. I work with very famous people. I mean, most of the people I work with, all of them, they were absolutely charming and they were very good. So, yeah, fine, very beautiful guys, beautiful girls, famous people or whatever. But at the same time, you have to be outside of it.
Because I think you are interested in the person.
Yeah, I don't care about. You need to be like a doctor. The great thing about a doctor, whatever he has to take care of that person or that person, you know, you have to do this, you have to do that, and that's it. You know, it's. I consider myself like a good doctor. That's all.